الحمد لله الحمد لله وحده لا شريك له صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده ولا رسول بعده ولا معصوم بعده أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تابعوا بين الحج والعمرة فإنهما ينفيان الفقر والذنوب كما ينفي الكير خبث الحديد والذهب والفضة وليس للحجة المبرور ثواب إلا الجنة أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام يا رب صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. My dear respected elders and youngsters, as we all know that we are approaching very fastly to the month of Hajj. The month of Hajj, which is known as Dhul Hijjah, is the 12th Islamic month, and on this month Islamic year also finishes and new year will begin by Muharram after Dhul Hijjah. Islamic year is 1435, a month is left in it. After that 1436 will start. Not everyone is familiar with Islamic year and Islamic calendar, but we all know, even the children know 2014. We are going through September. But however, this is Islamic calendar we should also keep up to date with. The month of Hajj. The name itself gives the indication that this month is the month in which millions of Muslims, they perform one of the greatest pillar of Islam, which is called Hajj, pilgrimage. And this Hajj is unique ibadah, unique worship. And this is once in our lifetime, farz, incumbent, compulsory on every Muslim man or woman who can afford to travel and go for Hajj. Minimum once, otherwise there is no limit in Islam. There is no limit in Islam, but Saudi government does say that every 5 years only you can do one Hajj. But Islam says you can do as many as you like. But minimum once is farz. So month of Hajj is approaching, and Hajj, and of course we all know that the Hajj is only performed and can only be performed in the house of Allah, in Baytullah, in Mecca. Nowhere else you can perform Hajj. And this Hajj and this visiting house of Allah, whether it is for Hajj or whether it is for Umrah, mini Hajj or big Hajj, even though people have been there, but their heart is still inclining to the house of Allah. No matter how many times we have gone there, yet we want to go again and again. This magnetic feeling is found in every sane Muslim's heart, whether man, woman, old or young. You would agree with me? The reason is that when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he built the Kaaba with his son's help, Ismail alayhi salam, before they actually built the Kaaba, when Prophet Ibrahim, you will recall the history if you know Islamic history, they were living in some parts of Syria, Sham. But as soon as Prophet Ismail was born, Allah told Ibrahim alayhi salam, take your wife, Hajra, and take your newly born son, Ismail alayhi salam, take them and leave them in this barren land where there is no food or any crops grow, No people live there. غير واد غير ذي زرع. There's no, means of life there. Take them there and leave them there and come back. Allah said, He never asked why. Allah, what's the reason, what is the logical, explanation for this? Like today we ask before we do anything. He said, yes, of Allah, as you say. Then He took His wife and His son and they were left in Mecca, where there was no Kaaba at that time. The foundation was there, was built by angels and Adam alayhi salam, but at that time this foundation was there, but there's no structure. After that, we all know that the whole history goes on, that Prophet Ibrahim as-salam was also ordered by Allah to sacrifice your son, Ismail as-salam. This happened, and after that Allah told them, go and build the Kaaba, build my house. After they built the house, he made dua to Allah. He made few du'as. One of the dua was, oh Allah, imagine the prophet, both prophets, Ibrahim and Ismail, both are prophets. They're doing what? They're doing an action of building a masjid, the house of Allah, the biggest house, the biggest masjid. Yet, this didn't convince them that just because you are a prophet, just because you did something good, that means you are guaranteed acceptance. No. He asked Allah, oh Allah, Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas sami'ul alim. Oh Allah, you took this work of, building your house, now accept it from us. Now accept this work of khidmah and khidmah to your house, accept it from us. This is importance. This is the important part of our life. That no matter how much we do, the main part of it is that may Allah accept it. May Allah accept our worship. No matter how much we do, if Allah doesn't accept, that we can't question Allah. And then he also made dua, oh Allah, I made your house. Oh Allah, make this house and this city a peaceful city. And make this house a masabatan linnas, a place which is frequently visited. He made this dua, Allah accepted the dua. And he called out, Allah said, now call out, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ. O Ibrahim as-salam, call out to people. Call them and invite them to come for Hajj in the house of Allah in Mecca. Prophet Ibrahim as-salam, he called out that, oh people, come for Hajj. And now Prophet of Allah said, Muhammad said that anybody or any Muslim or any soul upon whom Allah has written that they will actually go for Hajj, they said, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. They heard the call, wherever they were in the world of the souls, they heard the call, they replied, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Oh Allah, we are present at your service. Anybody and any amount of time anybody replied, that many times they will actually go for Hajj. So if you already been there, then that means your soul did say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. If you haven't been there, may Allah make you one of them. May Allah make me one of them as well and take us all there for Hajj again and again. This Hajj is not something optional. Hajj is something, one of the 5 pillars of Islam. In the Quran, Allah has said, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. It is Allah's right. وَلِلَّهِ, it is the right of Allah. It is the haqq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala عَلَى النَّاسِ, upon the people, upon the mankind, upon the Muslims. That مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ, that you have to go for Hajj, anybody who can afford and have the means to go for Hajj. This is the right of Allah. Then Allah said, وَمَنْ كَفَرَ, if anybody denies, if anyone says, I don't need to follow this command of Allah, I don't need to go for Hajj, what is it? Waste of time, waste of money. Like, na'udhu billah, many even Muslims today say these kind of remarks. What is the point of going around the Kaaba 7 times? What is the point running between Safa and Marwa? People want logical reasons. Subhanallah. So Allah said, if anybody denies, then let them know, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ, Allah is self-sufficient. Your Hajj will not bring any goodness to Allah. And your refusing Hajj will not bring any loss to Allah as well. Allah is Ghani. Allah is Allah without us. They say Islam will prosper. Islam will spread either with you or without you. Islam has spread already. Islam will spread. Islam will prosper either with us or without us. It is us, we have to make ourselves lucky that we become the means of spreading of Islam, not the opposite, opposing of Islam. Islam doesn't need us. People say Islam is in danger. This is wrong. Islam is not in danger. Muslims are in danger. Yes, you can say this. Islam is Islam. Islam is at glory without us or with us. If Allah said in the Quran, if Allah wanted, Allah could have made everybody Muslims. If Allah wanted, like the animals, they have no choice. They do what they are told to do. They eat what they are told to eat. They don't do something against the will of Allah. It is the humans who have been given the choice. Option, you choose, you apply your mind, you make the right choice. Accordingly, you will be judged. So Allah said, if I wanted, I could have made everybody my servants and they would not do anything against my will. But Allah said, no, I left it open. I left you with your own option. Then Islam also says that if everybody turned away against Allah, we cannot bring any amount of loss to Allah. Allah is already at glory without us or with us. However, Allah has said, it is the right of Allah that if anybody can travel, have the means to travel for Hajj, they have to go for Hajj once in their lifetime. Once Prophet of Allah has said in a clear hadith that, Ya ayyuhan nas, O people, inna Allah farada alaykum al-Hajj. Allah has made the Hajj farz, obligatory, has written for you that you should go for Hajj. So for Hujju, do Hajj, perform Hajj. Clear statement. And Prophet of Allah stopped after this. One Sahabi, Aqra bin Habis, he said, Prophet of Allah, Afi kulli amin, every year? Every year? Meaning is Hajj farz every year? Prophet of Allah, he said, Allah made the Hajj farz for you, do Hajj. And finished. The Sahabi and the guy said, O Prophet of Allah, is it farz every year? Prophet of Allah remained silent. He didn't say anything. And this brother, he kept on repeating his question. Every year? Every year? Prophet of Allah said, if I say yes, would you be able to do Hajj every year? It would become difficult for you. So he said, don't question your Prophet a lot. He said, people before me, other prophets, their nations, they were destroyed because of their excessive questioning of their prophets. Why this? What kind of color? What kind of cow? What color of the cow? And all these questions we find in the Quran. That people were told to do something by Allah. Oh, why? What's the reason? What's the logic behind? Like people today say. When we are Muslims, when we say that we are Muslims, this means we are the servants of Allah. Now the servant cannot question the master. You do as you've been told. Sami'na wa ata'na. Whether you understand or you don't understand. And how much can you understand? How much can we understand? How much intellect that Allah has given us that we can understand everything? We can't understand everything. So whether we understand or we don't understand, as long as we are Muslims, we will do it whether we like it or we don't like it. This is the spirit of Islam. So Prophet of Allah said, I didn't say every year, I said do Hajj, and do Hajj once. If you do Hajj once, you have fulfilled the requirement. So don't question a lot to your Prophet, and even today, don't question a lot on Islamic rulings. As soon as you are clear about Islamic rulings, then just do it. Prophet of Allah has many virtues of Hajj. It is first, many benefits it has. Prophet of Allah said in one hadith by Abu Huraira, a very famous hadith, comes in Bukhari and Muslim, muttafaq alayh hadith. He said, Man hajja lillah. Anyone who performs Hajj for the sake of Allah. The condition is lillahi, only for Allah. No, not for anybody else. Many people say, I'm going for Hajj. Why? Because there is a pressure on my. Everybody is asking me, brother, when are you going to do Hajj? So at least, so people stop asking me, so I need to do Hajj now. This is wrong intention. In Birmingham, I seen with my own eyes, not very far from us. People who have money, they want to show to people who we are. In Birmingham, I seen one, I think BMW was a Mercedes. The number plate was Haji 7. Haji 7. So I asked the brothers, what does it mean? He said, this uncle, he did Hajj 7 times. So he needs to show to the world that I'm a Haji 7 times. So Prophet said, Man hajja lillah. You do Hajj for the sake of Allah only. Nothing else. No other, intention, motivations behind. Falam yarfus walam yafsuq. No verbal sin, no physical sin. He didn't abuse his tongue. He didn't abuse his body. Physically he was careful. Verbally he was careful. He performed his Hajj. The day of, his flight is returning today. He's coming back home. How is he returning? Raja'aka yawmin waladathu ummu. It is like the day he was born. The day he returns from Hajj, after doing Hajj properly for the sake of Allah, he becomes like a newborn baby. Meaning free from sins. Free from sins. That's why in another hadith, Prophet of Allah has said, in this is mentioned in Musnad Ahmed, Imam Ahmed has mentioned this hadith. He said, إِذَا لَقِيتَ الْحَاجَّ. He said, when in your locality, in your friend circle, or anybody around your family or somebody from your locality goes for Hajj, and they come back from Hajj. Prophet of Allah said, إِذَا لَقِيتَ الْحَاجَّ. When you meet any Haji, any person who performed his Hajj, فَسَلِّمْ عَلَيْهِ. Go. He said, to go and meet him. Say assalamu alaikum and wasafihu and do salam to him. Shake his hands. Shake him or hug him if possible. Shake his hand and wamurhu. Tell him, not ask him. Tell him to make dua for you and do istighfar for you. Subhanallah, Prophet said this. You see somebody who performed Hajj, go visit him. Assalamu alaikum brother, how are you? May Allah accept your Hajj. And then hug him or shake hands with him. And then tell him wamurhu. Tell him أن يستغفر لك قبل أن يدخل بيته. Before he actually enters his house, before that, tell him to make dua for you. He added this condition here, that maybe he goes to, I'm going to go and meet him after 5 days, after 1 week, because he's tired maybe. Don't wait for that. On the airport or on the way, meet him, tell him to make dua for you. Why? Before he enters his house, before he starts his another life of sin, you tell him to make dua for you. This is the nature. And even today, people say, I'm not ready for Hajj yet. Why? I'm a young man. I need to enjoy my life, do whatever I like doing. When I'm 50, 60, then I'm going to go and turn to Allah, and then I'm going to have a good life. There's no guarantee for that, brother. He said before he enters his house, tell him to make dua for you, because his dua will be accepted straight away, because he's forgiven. At moment he is forgiven. That's why in another hadith, Prophet of Allah said, Al-Hajj wal-Ummar wafdullah. Person going for Hajj, or person doing Hajj, or person doing mini Hajj or Umrah, both of them are the guests of Allah. When you go for Hajj or Umrah in Mecca, don't think Saudi government is entertaining. It is Allah who's entertaining you. Can you imagine 5 million people in Hajj? Or even this is the official number given by the media. Allah knows the real number, how many people are there. Who will go around and count them? Allah knows the number. Can you imagine in a small city of Mecca, 5 million people, who is catering for them? No shortage of food, no shortage of water. Imagine 5 million people coming to England in Oxford. We'll go crazy. And now they are shutting their doors for migration because they can't control the people are already here. But the house of Allah is open 24/7. Tawaf doesn't stop. Tawaf doesn't stop even for a second. 24 hours throughout the month, throughout the year, this tawaf is continuing. The only time tawaf stops is for farz namaz. When Imam says Allahu Akbar, tawaf stops. Apart from farz namaz, there is no other time when tawaf stops. When somebody asked a question, if thing like tawaf can stop for namaz, why can't your work stop for namaz? Why can't your business stop for namaz? Why can't your taxes stop for namaz? Why can't your pool or game stop for namaz? I'm going to gym, brother. No, inshallah, next time I'm going for gym because I'm putting some weight on. So many excuses people have made. Subhanallah, shaitan is clever. What is our preference today? What is our priority today? We go to gym, one of our teachers said, the same youngster, the 100 kgs in the gym, his weight, mashallah, he's built, he's big. Don't even go close to him, he's strong. He's my friend. The same brother comes, Fajr namaz, can't even lift his quilt up. What is the strength on that? You see, what is our preference is important. Allah given us strength, what do we use it for? Allah gave the eyes, where do we use it? So, coming back to the main topic, Hajj. Hajj is farz. In one hadith, Prophet of Allah said, many people say, I don't have enough money. Or even if I have money, I need to get some other things sorted. I need to get myself or somebody else married in my family. I'm going to get poor. Again, this is the weakness of Iman. Prophet of Allah said, a true Muslim will not feel that he will go poor if he spends his money on Umrah or Hajj. Why? Prophet of Allah said, Muhammad said in one hadith mentioned in two books, in Tirmidhi and in Nisai. He said, he said, Tabi'u bayn al-Hajj wal-Umrah. He said, follow up your Hajj and Umrah with another Hajj and Umrah. Meaning, don't stop doing Hajj once and then stop in your life. No, keep on doing Hajj and keep on doing Umrah as much as you can in your life. He said, follow your Umrah with another Umrah. Follow your Hajj with another Hajj. Tabi'u, keep on following your Hajj with Hajj and Umrah with Umrah. Why? He said, فَإِنَّهُمَا, who? The Prophet of Allah said. Not normal Imam Sahib. It is Prophet, our great Prophet of Allah has said, فَإِنَّهُمَا يَنْفِيَانِ الْفَقْرَ وَالذُّنُوبِ. If you keep on doing Hajj, keep on doing Umrah, it will bring you two minimum benefits. Otherwise, there's maximum benefits you can have. Two things will definitely happen on the tongue of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One, فَإِنَّهُمَا يَنْفِيَانِ الْفَقْرَ وَالذُّنُوبِ. It will remove your poverty. What is the understanding? I shouldn't spend too much on Hajj and Umrah. I did it once in my life, this is enough. I need to go to America for holidays now. I need to go somewhere else for holidays. Prophet of Allah is rejecting this understanding. He said, if you do Umrah and Hajj excessively, what will happen? This will remove your poverty. You will not become poor. This is guaranteed. The one who gives wealth, his Prophet is saying this. You keep on doing Hajj and Umrah, this will remove your poverty, and number two, it will remove your sins. It will remove your sins away from you. Two things. Then he gave an example. He said, like the way كَمَا يَنْفِي الْكِيرُ خَبَثَ الْحَدِيدِ وَالذَّهَبِ وَالْفِضَّةِ. He said, like the way blacksmith and goldsmith, they burn the iron, they burn the gold and silver to remove the rust from the iron, from the gold and silver. Like the way your Hajj and Umrah will remove the rust of this greediness in your life, that I'll become poor. All this. So keep on doing Hajj and keep on doing Umrah as much as possible. And then he said, وَلَيْسَ لِلْحَجِّ الْمَبْرُورِ, and there is no reward for an accepted Hajj except Jannah. Except direct entrance into Jannah, there is no other reward for Hajj which has been accepted. So make dua on this junction that may Allah accept the Hajj of all the people this year and even the previous years, and may Allah take us and also accept our Hajj as well. One hadith that I finish inshallah on this point. All the virtues we heard, many virtues we heard. Fardiyat we all know. Now there are some brothers who don't do Hajj. What is the message for them? Harsh message, but the reality cannot be rejected. Prophet of Allah has said in one hadith, Man malaka zadan wa rahilatan. Any Muslim who had the means to travel for Hajj, and he had the means to look after himself in Hajj, meaning he had enough money or enough wealth, enough means to go for Hajj, he doesn't go for Hajj. He doesn't go for Hajj without any accepted Islamic valid reason. What did I say? Accepted Islamic valid reason. Not our own made up reasons. Islamic reason. You are not ill. There is safety on the way. There is no danger on the way. You are feeling better. Then you have the means, you must go for Hajj. Otherwise, he said, فَلَمْ يَحُجَّ, he doesn't go for Hajj. Then Prophet of Allah said, very harsh statement he said, but the Prophet of Allah, the same Prophet who said the reward, said the statement of warning as well. فَلَا عَلَيْهِ أَن يَمُوتَ يَهُودِيًّا أَوْ نَصْرَانِيًّا. Then Allah doesn't care whether he dies as a Jew or a Christian. If we don't do Hajj, then Allah doesn't care whether we die as a Jew or a Christian, meaning there is no point of Islam left in your life. Because the Quran said it is the right of Allah to perform Hajj. I don't have time to carry on, the full lecture was there. But the message is, if Allah has given you the means, perform your Hajj if you haven't performed it. May Allah enable us to go there again and again.